Okay, so now we will be starting our next part on two pointers, which is two pointers on arrays. The very first question which we will be solving is an easy lead code problem, reverse string. So let's see what question says. Write a function that reverses a string. The input string is given as an array of character s. You must do this by modifying the input array in place with big O of 1 extra memory. That means the space complexity should be big O of 1. And we have an input array, character array, HELLO. And we should reverse this and we should return the output as OLLEH. So, how should we do this? So, we need to write a function, reverse function. As I've already told you in reverse and array problem, how to solve this. Let me show you again. We will be writing a reverse function, and the parameter which we will be taking is character s, array of character s. Now, we need two pointers. One is starting from the beginning index, which is 0th index, and the other one which is starting from the very last index, which is n minus 1 index. Now we will iterate this until I is less than j. That means while I is less than j will be iterating loop. Now what we need to do, we will swap them. Why we swap them? Because we want to reverse this. So we'll be writing character temp is equals to s of I. Now what we will doing, we will be swapping s of I, that means the beginning index, with the very last index. This is how the swapping is done. And when we swap the beginning index with the very last index, we'll move one step ahead. That means I plus plus, and the very last index will move backward one step. That means j minus minus. Done. Now here we just need to write reverse. What we need to reverse, this character s. Let's try to run the code. Let's submit the code. Okay. Let me show you how this works. Okay. Let's say we have an array of s which have h, then e, okay, e, then l, then l, then o. We have this arrays and we need to swap them. So let's do one thing. This is, here we have our ith index, and here we have our j index. That means I is at the 0th index and j is at the very last index, which is n minus 1 or s dot length minus 1. So what we'll be doing to swap this, we'll be writing a simple function. The function says while I is less than j, that means till the time I is less than j, that means I should not cross j. We'll be writing char temp. Just one important thing, this char temp, since we are swapping the characters, that's why we are using char. And if instead of these characters we have numbers, in that case we'll be using integers. Now let's move ahead. We'll be writing s of I. Now since this is character array, that's why we are writing like this. If this was a string, we'll be writing s dot char I. You will get to know this ahead, but initially just remember this. Now we'll be swapping s of I with s of j. That means we will be swapping these two parts, this h and this o. Now to complete the swap, we'll be again, and we will move I one bit ahead and j one bit backward. Now let me show you. Let's say according to this, we'll be swapping the first index with the very last index. So our array becomes like this. O comes here, H comes here. Now I plus plus means we'll be moving I to E now, and this J a bit backward. That means we need to move it here. Now again we'll swap these two. That means S of I with S of J. Now we'll swap this two and we'll get like L, and here we will get E. Now let's move this I here and this J. Now look at this. I and J both came at the same place. That means now we need to move out of the loop, because the loop says I should be less than J. But now the condition is failed. So we'll move out of the loop, and this L should be written same as like this. And you can see here we have OLLEH, which is the reverse of this. Now again, you want me, what's the time complexity? Look at this. We'll be iterating this loop from left to right. Each array, each character get read once only, and from the left to right we'll be iterating till here. That means again each character will be getting read once only. This H and E by I, and this O and L by J, and this L. That means that time complexity should be big O of n. And what is the space complexity? We are not using any extra space. That's why the memory is big O of 1 only. The space complexity will be big O of 1. And that's how we are done with this question.